Okay, now we will see the way to reduce the negative impact of urbanization. So far we have seen the negative and also the positive impacts of urbanization. So, whatever the problems we are having, definitely there must be some solutions. So, accordingly, we have to plan. So, to control all the negative impact of urbanization, here we are going to see some solutions. The first one is building sustainable and environment friendly cities. So the city means it should not be having a lot of very tall buildings and number of facilities. Not only that, so city means it should have all the safety measures also. So government should pass some laws to control the pollution and also to support the people to have a very healthy lifestyle so that people can have a better urbanization. Understand? So growing up some plants and lot of trees in the roadsides and everywhere there should be some park. So these kind of things will increase the friendly environment to all the people so that we will not have some negative impacts. So now let us see the next solution. So that is called provision of essential services. So people should not fight for some basic amenities. That is, I have that the basic fundamental things like the food or shelter or water facility or electricity facility or education or health or sanitation, whatever the factors which attracted the people from village to city, those factor people should have more and enough at least. So these kind of some provision of the essential services, if it is adequate, so people will not have any kind of negativity about the urbanization. So now we will see the next one, creation of more jobs. So the main first reason why people are interested to come to city region, that is mainly for the job. So uh, job also considered as a negative urbanization point. So here if you create more and more job for all categories of people in different field, then definitely people will not have any kind of problem sitting living in the city regions. So creation of more and more job and encouraging the people to work and comfortable, so these kind of some natural friendly ecosystem will create a good urbanization city life. The next point is population control. So population should be under the control. So as I said already, people are coming to the city from the village, and definitely it tends to increase more population in the particular location. So we have to make the people to understand the concept of the family planning and make them to control their number of people in the family. So accordingly if they plan, then definitely population will be under the control, and definitely every single person will have their own lifestyle in the right way without any trouble to other. So everyone will have a common lifestyle without troubling of others. So now we will see the steps to be taken at the local level to keep the urban areas clean. So this is just a common sense of every single citizen of a country. So whether we are Indians or people from Africa or Australia or America, whoever, if you are a person, you should have some common sense to keep your surroundings clean. So here we are going to have some solution to keep our surrounding clean. So the importance of cleanliness is indisputable. Consequently, keeping our city clean is necessary to keep our environment clean. So more and more people are living in a single location, so there must be a lot of chances to create new diseases in that particular location. So since more people are living, definitely the disease will spread randomly overnight. Everybody can be affected. So to control all such things, to stop all such things, definitely we have to keep our surroundings clean. So what are the solutions? So first of all, we have to control creating the nonsense things to the environment, because we have got the beautiful life. God has created the very pure environment with lot of natural resources, so we have to use it very what is that, genuinely we have to take care of our surroundings. So intentionally or unintentionally, deliberately, we are not supposed to do any kind of hazards to our environment. So what we are supposed to do, so government should come up with some practical laws which can implement by any kind of people to keep our surrounding very clean. So here we are going to have some points one by one. So that is just a common thing. So nowadays in our India also, we are we have stopped using polythene covers, plastic bags, any kind of things made up of plastic. So we know what are the major drawbacks we are having for present and also the future generation if you keep on using the polythene covers. So this is the time, at least we have to stop using the polythene bags and try to use the reusable poly bags instead of that. So we can control all the problems. I mean, the pollutions can be under the control. So here, any kind of plastic made things we have to stop using instantly. Then the restaurant owners can create compost pits where they can convert. So this is nothing but the people can use anything, the waste, we should not consider anything is waste. So all the wastages can be considered as a natural valuable manure. So in this way, people should start using the wastages. And these are the things, polythene bags have to be avoided. And litter means also the wastages. So most of the people are throwing the waste into the street, on the road directly, just like that, as if they are throwing some simple thing, just like that they are throwing and just going. But it should not be like that. So people should be provided segregate bins for the disposing, which means separate bags. I mean wastage bags. Nowadays you must have seen, it is very common nowadays, blue color and also green color, different colors of dustbins it's available. So biodegradable, I mean a non-degradable and degradable kind of wastages we have to split, and accordingly we have to put it in the dustbin. So these kind of some basic knowledge should be provided to the people by the government. And how many plants, how much of trees you can plant, that much of good lifestyle you will be getting in your future. So we can keep our city clean, absorption of all the CO2 and providing the new fresh oxygen. It will be done only by the fresh plants and trees. So spitting the pan masalas walls and streets on roads. So anything which is disgusting thing we are not supposed to do on the roads. We have to keep our surroundings clean. So this is a duty of every citizen to maintain the cleanliness and also make use of the dustbin properly. Okay, so there are frequent surveys conducted basically on the which list are released regionally and globally. So now here we are going to see some of the cities which is very class, very clean and healthy cities like Singapore, Adelaide, in Australia, Zurich, in uh, so the Zurich in Europe and these kind of countries are considered as absolutely clean countries. So next one, we have to implement the 3R strategy, that is reduce, recycle and reuse. So these kind of things, so which, suppose if you are going to a shop, if you are planning to buy something, if it is necessary you have to buy, not if you are really necessary with that particular product. If you wish for that, don't buy. If it is necessary for you, then you have to buy it. In this way, if everyone is implementing their rules and regulation, definitely we can control a lot of products, and the country will be very clean and we will get a friendly good environment. So these kind of things we have to do to keep our city clean. So this is the concept 3R strategy: reduce buying the new thing, reuse the old thing and recycle the wastage products. So these are the 3R strategies. Okay, now we are going to see some necessary important steps we have to take. We public people have to take that, and it has been given by the government. So what are the necessary steps? Dustbins must be kept all public places like bus stand, railway station. In the public place, the dustbin should be kept. and according to the dustbin, I mean the green color or blue color, we have to throw the wastages, and only whatever the waste you want to throw away, you have to put it only in the dustbin. And every the respective municipality people, they have to clean that uh, dust every single day. Daily cleaning of public places is necessary. There should be proper place identified for waste garbage disposal. Proper public toilets must be built and should be maintained regularly. Spitting, which means you must be knowing people used to spit their saliva on the road by using pan or just the saliva. So we are not supposed to do all such kind of illegal things in the public region. So when people are following strictly these kind of rules, definitely we will be under the control of the wastages. So here you can see the satellite cities we are going to discuss in the next. So what is called satellite cities? So the name sounds very different and interesting, right? So satellite cities means which is very small in very small in the area, but totally different from the metro cities. Metro cities means the highly technically developed countries, sorry, technically developed regions. So these kind of satellite cities are totally away from the metro cities, and also that is inside nearby to the large city, at the same time totally different from the metro cities. So that is what given. Satellite cities are different from suburbs and subdivision because they have their own centers. So this is totally a different developed city which is away from the metro regions. And what are the speciality of the satellite cities? Or this is very well planned in the natural growth, and also the city is designed to stop all kind of pollution, and also there will not be any extensions of the urban. So the including of the rural region into the urban, which we have discussed before, so that concept will not applicable for this. So satellite cities is totally separated from the metro cities. It is totally an independent city, I would say that. So from the land use perspective, and the satellite are the best ways to accommodate population while preserving open space and farmland. So here you can see some pictures of the satellite cities which is presented in our India and also around the world. Noida, Gurugram, Gold Coast, and high-tech city of Hyderabad, Panchkula and La Plata. So these are the places of various countries and including India. Okay, so now we will see the continuation. For example, satellite cities that circle Stockholm. Stockholm means it's the capital of a country, Sweden, and Singapore and Tokyo have population ranging very less. It's moderate amount of population. 30,000 to 2,50,000 people only can live within that particular area. So that is why it is not more amount of population in the particular city. So these very well planned cities are surrounded by green belts. These are connected to the great metropolitan area of by the railway system. So these kind of very well planned satellite cities or the specific city which is away from the metro cities, and they are having their own planning and designing, and which is environmental surrounding city regions. And there are some examples for the satellite, that is Kitchener, CMA, and that is from Toronto. Tucson in some ways qualifies as a satellite to Phoenix. Similarly, San Diego and Los Angeles might also be considered as a satellite pair. So these are some world level famous satellite cities. It is given one by one, including some countries of worldwide, and also in India some satellite cities. So now we will see the concept of smart cities. So far we discussed the urbanization means what and satellite cities means what, and now we will see concept of smart cities. So students, smart city means in the name itself it's mentioned smart, which means all kind of technical, highly qualified, very luxurious lifestyle in every way, the technically very well developed places So information technology or telecommunication or transportation, all such basic factors for the people, all the comfortable life we will have in a quality way. I mean quality lifestyle if you want, then that particular region, the particular city is called a smart city. So here I would like to read out this paragraph. You listen carefully. Smart cities are the ones which use the latest technologies in order to improve the quality of lives of citizens and at the same time try to minimize the consumption of natural resources in addition to reducing the cost. So you have to give the better and highly qualified lifestyle to the people who lives in the particular location by using the technological thing, and at the same time, so you have to less consume the natural resources for the effective and the efficient way of lifestyle. So this is what hereafter we are going to discuss. And urban development vision to integrate multiple information and communication technology. So information communication technology, that is what called ICT, an Internet of Things IoT solution in a secure fashion to manage a city's assets means a city's property. So whatever the property, the buildings and also the natural resources, the city region, the smart city people are having, everything should be very well planned, and accordingly people have to maintain it in the right way, effectively and efficiently, without disturbing the people and without disturbing the natural resources. That is why it is called as smart cities. So the goal of building a smart city is to improve the quality of life by using urban informatics and technology to improve the efficiency of services and meet residents' needs. So what are the things makes the smart city different from the normal city, which means the information technology and the telecommunication and transportation and all the buildings which has been designed according to the people whoever lives in the smart city in a different lifestyle. So they have to get extreme level of their expected lifestyle in a quality way. So that is why the smart city has been developed. At the same time, it will increase the economical development of the particular country as well. So here it is equipped with basic infrastructures to give a decent quality of life. Again and again the same kind of paragraph given in a different wordings. Don't be confused. So you have to understand the concept. So smart city, here the definition again once again is defined on the basis of overall development of the city and the amenities. Amenities means the facilities provided to the people. There is no universally accepted definition of a smart city. It means different things to different people. Thus the concept of smart city varies from city to city, which means highly qualified quality lifestyle, people should get it. So the government should plan and design the rules and regulations accordingly. And the smart city definition cannot be same for all country, because every country people will have a different expectation. So the government should they have to achieve the expectation of the particular people's lifestyle. So this can be varied according to the country to country. So that is why the definition cannot be common everywhere. So here we are going to have some common examples. The smart city would have a different explanation in India than in the Europe. So as I said already, so the definition can be different. So Indian smart city are different and Europe is definitely different. Americans lifestyle is different. So according to the country's tradition and their belief, and also how much the country has been developed. So according to the development of the country, the smart cities facility would be different. So here we are going to have some based on the latest survey, top 10 smart cities in the world level. So here are the 10 countries: Barcelona, Singapore, Copenhagen, New York City, London, Amsterdam, Hong Kong, Dubai, Rio de Janeiro, Paris. These are from the world level, different smart cities given. And other cities which is coming out with the better plans. So that is all given here. This is also based on the different countries. So the Indian government also has come out with plans to develop numerous smart cities in the country, and the Urban Development Ministry. So in our India, we are also planning to come up with the new ideas to implement in a better metro cities of our India itself. So what are the goals we have to achieve to finalize Indian smart cities? So if you want to declare some city as a smart city, you have to achieve these are the goals. It has to be accepted. So transport, traffic, mobility, utilities like water and electricity, governance and administration, so education and skill development, health, crime and public safety, sanitation and waste disposal, so environment and pollution, street lighting and urban flooding. So if these challenges are completely faced, it has been completely followed by the government and implemented in that particular city, means then these are called Indian smart cities. So here we are going to see some Indian smart cities which is keep on developing. So Port Blair, Visakhapatnam, Chandigarh, Ahmedabad. So these are the cities, you can read it out. So these cities are planning to accept all the challenges which we have seen above. All these challenges are trying to implement here in these cities. If it is all properly approved by the government, these cities of our India, it will be approved as a Indian smart cities in future. Okay, now we are going to see world's 5 smartest cities. Okay, these 10 are smart cities, and here we are going to see smartest cities of the entire world. So based on the market research firm Juniper Research, so from the UK, United Kingdom, so here some factors which has been followed by the most 5 smartest cities: adoption of smart grid technologies, intelligent lighting, use of IT to improve the particular area, Wi-Fi access points, smartphone penetration, app landscape, etc. So 5 smartest cities are following these all factors. So that is why these factors are accepted and followed by these smart cities. That is why they are called smartest cities of the world. The first smartest city is Singapore. So Singapore, as we all know very well, very developed and small. Though it is very smallest country, but it doesn't mean they have not developed. So they have developed in their economically. So world level, Singapore is considered as a very developed country, even better than our Indian economical. So it was crowned as a smartest city on earth after sorting the above datas. So all the datas was followed and implemented in that particular country. So we are considering Singapore as a smartest city. So the next one is, in Singapore, high marks of its smart mobility policies and technology, as well as the wireless connectivity. It is a leader in transport network. So there is no problem in the mobility, which means the communication and transportation. So according to their country's rules and regulation, they are following the technology in the right way. So they are having a proper leading facility in the transport network. So that is why we are considering Singapore as the smartest city of the world. So at the same time, not only in the transport networking, so according to the traffic lights, road sensors, smart parking. So I don't know how many of you are aware of this. Only in India we are having some very less rules in the traffic time, and in foreign countries, if you keep on giving the sound in the traffic time, I mean giving your horn sound continuously, then people will consider you that you are doing some illegal thing in the road. So definitely they will find you also. So some countries are having a very typical and different weird rules only to control the surroundings pollution. Okay, the sound pollution, we should not create it unnecessarily. So simple fine and simple kind of rules and regulations people have to follow to maintain everything. That is why they may be considered as the world's smartest city. Okay, now we will see the Barcelona. So this is the capital of Catalonia region in northeastern Spain, and this is also using sensors, which means it's an electronic product, so to help monitor and managing the traffics. So during the traffic time, so these sensors are maintaining which vehicle should park in which location, so just like that. So that is why, and also not only that, free Wi-Fi in the public places. In India, very few metro cities are having a free Wi-Fi in the public places. But in the foreign countries, wherever you go, without using SIM card, you can use your mobile phone with the internet connection because of free Wi-Fi in the public places everywhere. So London is ranked in the second of the smartest cities list. So why they are considered as the smartest city? So they are using technology to tackle the congestion and make parking simpler. So this is also based on the traffic and also the congestion in the road. So they are using a simple and broadband availability. So they are using a technology and networking in the right way to control their trafficking policies. They are using different rules and regulations and applying them into the public people, and people also following those rules and controlling the trafficking thing in the road. So we cannot find vehicles continuously next to next or back to back on the road and creating a pollution, and these kind of things should be completely stopped. So by using a big investment in the smart traffic technology, so the way of city is constructed not favorable to the cars on the road. So these are some varieties of smart cities along with their facilities. The next one, if you see, San Francisco. So San Francisco also, it's one of our smartest city, and recently they are considered as an unofficial capital of Silicon Valley. And San Francisco Connected City initiative enables residents to locate parking spots. So by using the application in the mobile, they will consider which is the right location to park their vehicle. So by using the application itself, the application was created by the San Francisco government itself, and asked all the people, citizens of San Francisco, to follow the rules. So the public transportation network already fares well in certain areas. So by using these kind of thing, so they have to pay some certain amount. It has a good payment system and people can pay online. The city has been leader in terms of smart parking. So smartly they have to park their vehicle without troubling to the others, and also we have to keep our city without any pollution. So pollution free we have to keep it. So Oslo is another country. It is the capital of Norway in Europe. It is one of the wealthiest city. So very costliest city, economically very well grown up city. So they are also using the information technology to curb energy consumption and greenhouse gas emissions. It has installed sensors to help it monitor parking. It has also installed a sensor network to improve the care of sick, elderly. So people whoever is not well health wise, if they are weak, so by using the application people can use that and they will be getting the help immediately by using that particular application, by sitting in their own home itself. So these are the things making the people comfortable to live in that particular location. That is why we are considering as a smart city. And smart street lighting, which has reduced energy consumption by nearly 2/3. It has launched a broad sensing network for monitoring traffic level. If you see very clearly, all countries are following the traffic rules very sincerely by using the recent technological things, sensors and all. And why? Because vehicle give varieties of pollution like noise pollution and air pollution. So all such kind of pollution creates the people to burst out with stress. So to control everything, so people are following these kind of rules and regulations. So these are the other smart cities of the world following those factors. And now we will see the characteristics or features of smart city and urban city. So we discussed totally three different types of cities. Starts from urban city, followed by satellite city, and finally we are going to end up with the smart city. So what are the particular characteristics? Okay, what are the actual factors of these two? So that is what we are going to discuss. So totally 5 are there. The first one is inclusive technology driven development. So urban city is just started to use the technological thing to develop in the particular region, but smart city already implemented with those technological. So that is the difference of these two. So that is what inclusive technology driven development. Smart cities endeavor means tried and to use technology, information and data to improve infrastructure and services. So it will access to water, electricity, all the basic fundamental things of the human being, affordable homes, education and health services, IT connectivity. E-governance, which means electronic governance with the use of a mobile phone itself, and public participation government. Greater number of government services are offered online and especially on the mobile phone itself, making services more affordable and enhance accountability and transparency. If you are not able to do some work by going directly and participating in the public events, it's not a problem. So people are giving more facilities with the help of their mobile phone itself. So by sitting in your home itself, you can participate in the public and you can give your attendance. So in that way, so the difference are making. So increased mobility. Mobility means movement. So place to place, if you want to transport yourself, then instead of using the direct, the urban mobility enhanced by increased access to public transport, that is transit oriented development, and solutions such as smart parking and intelligent traffic management and integrated multiple transports. So the mode of transports also keep on increasing according to the cities. So in smart cities, neighborhoods are safety, pedestrians and cyclist friendly. So people, they are trying to go by cycle itself. That is really good for their health and really good for the surroundings as well. So these kind of things people are started to implement. Safer, more livable and neighborhoods. Cities government redevelop poorly areas such as the slums. Slums means the people who are living in such a local area, very small region with many houses and very dungeon and very nasty surroundings. So these are called slums, and they are trying to control these kind of slum region, and they are giving the more facilities to those slum people, and creating some open spaces, parks, playground and recreational spaces, and enhancing the slum people to live a better life. And video surveillance is used to find out the criminal activity, and security measures are to protect senior citizens, women and children. So some safety measurements also have been taken to control the robbery or dacoity, or these kind of activity should be completely under the control by using the video surveillance. Sustainability means the lifelong, or how long, the longing of the particular the features. Efforts are made to generate the energy and create compost from waste, reducing amount of waste generated by the construction, restoration and destruction of buildings, manage water resources more effectively. So how effectively we are using the resources, and how long we are going to use the natural resources. So according to, we have to plan everything accordingly based on the future purpose, so that your country also will become a smart city. So this is how the characteristics of features of smart city versus urban city. So students, we are done with this lesson. I want you to learn the lesson by yourself 2-3 times, line by line, word by word. You have to read, then refer this video also. Definitely you will understand better way. Thank you.